And Sean has no net.
Sean has no net. The official news of the day, Sean has no net.
Luke.
Oh god.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Mike and wait, Ryu. Ryu bagging on C2s, that's some cheese.
That is some interesting news, but it has been happening before.
So are we going with the same lineup that they've gone through for I think the majority of the tournament? They did get the free win over the team which had to drop. And they would have beat Vitality as well. They did end up losing by 2, thanks to a troll from Chrome. So they have just lost to the VA lineup we saw lose, but they are against Yowndrift. I'm not entirely sure how Yowndrift's bracket works, but it looks like Ryu is going to be bagging for Yowndrift 1, and we are going to be having Chrome bag for Relapse.
Okay, so we have also now just tweeted out that we're playing this match, so feel free to support that tweet. Oh, I know everyone gets to see my... Or no one gets to see it except you.
You can post it in the chat.
I will post it in a moment. Ingeborg is in her worldwide, your favourite friend.
Oh god.
Ingeborg. We're not looking at Vale. We are not watching Vale. I'm sorry. This is Viper. It's
Love me some Vale.
Hedgehog.
There's actually 8 to 4
Viper.
track picks apparently for Final Stand that were as well. I actually thought it was more even than that, but Are they doing a 3rd place match by any chance? Do you know?
Mr. Cudge, are they doing a
Who's? Does CJ make this event?
Yeah.
All right. Wise Wisdom CJ Black Knight. Is there a 3rd place match, or is it? We just going straight to finals?
That's fancy E for those who want.
So I haven't even eaten my dinner.
I know, I
Unlucky.
haven't either.
MK boards, check Discord chat, dummy. Yes.
Check
Yes, Stunky.
Discord chat, dummy.
Check Discord. 3rd place match.
That's not done. Where's the chat? Ah.
I highly doubt.
When I'm in 7 million chats.
The thing about 3rd place matches is like they've just lost the semi-final, so I doubt they're motivated to play a 3rd place match. But we'll see. Player 8, I'm guessing that's Chrome with his weird and fantastic knees.
What one am I looking at? Where am I
Discord
looking?
chat. I don't know. You're in a CT Discord chat, maybe.
I can't do a million perspectives. We've got a lovely bracket, is what we've got. There we go. I will try doing 2 perspectives. Let me see. Can I do it?
Who's the 2nd perspective?
Luke.
Oh. We got the double Yowndrift then.
Casting 1 Viper up. And
Yowndrift is going to lose because they risk playing without me. Yeah, honestly, I don't understand why they wouldn't play with Apollo. Apollo probably would have waited, so... Bit of a misplay from Yowndrift.
No. They
Yes.
need to practice Ryu anyway. He's a god tier bagger.
Is Apollo going to bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. I hope I've not just offended him by going,
Yeah,
bagger.
no, I was going to run actually. You just completely crushed his dreams.
He can never run.
Jesus Christ.
No, I kid.
Stunky shots of the day.
Properties. What have I done? 50. Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting. They want a CTGP. I want to put a name in. I'm afraid. Luke. This is not Luke we're actually watching at the minute. Please don't be scared. You're not watching Luke GB at the moment. But
So you've crushed his dreams. He was running.
He was running, was he?
And then he put a little wheelchair. I think.
Oh,
It looks like a wheelchair, or is it just a bit? I don't know what that is.
I'm sorry.
Looks like a very miniature man on a wheelchair.
He was bagging in CTD1. I don't know.
Oh yeah, wheelchair symbol emoji. Copy paste.
Well, let me see if I can get Mr. Luke's stream up. As I last minute get told I need to do multiple perspectives for a stream. Stream link. Best. Will he be in 900p?
Oh. Wheelchair.
476p. Oh god, hello sound. Oh, they've started. They've just started. Come on. Come on, me. Come on, Luke.
Hurry up, Stunk Man.
Hurry up, me. Window capture. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Yeah.
Off-roader.
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 Oh! Nearly.
Oh, please.
So
Off-roader.
close. So close. Luke GB with an off-roader.
Oh. Dude, the off-roader would have been
The
the
optimal
next level
strat.
That's the ZT2 stroll strat works on CTs as well. Just get a double off-roader.
Can you confirm that it works? Have you done it
Yes.
before? Have you done
Yes,
some...
we have won wars with the ZT2 stroll strat. So it works.
This is Luke that you're having fun nearly watching. You might have fun watching him now.
Who's talking? I'm Ace, and then that's Stunky.
I'm Stunky. Hello. Sorry.
So there you go, you can make out your way from there. I'm the one who sounds 25, but looks about 12.
And I'm the one that looks about 25 and sounds about 12. Kind of the
That's
other way
great.
round, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so you're going back into the lineups if you didn't catch it from earlier. We've got Luke from GB, Jas, Viper, and Mike running for Yowndrift 1 with Ryu bagging. Obviously KG's main bagger. And then we have Proto, Rookie, the Jap, Sweep, and Azmac running for RE, and then Chrome bagging.
So, yeah. I mean,
Oh, nice textures and little blue bandanas in the blue bikes.
it's the Yowndrift of one a season texture.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Do they all use it?
I'm presuming it's their exclusive texture for winning for like. I think Yowndrift.
Yeah, so it's
2.
a nice little prize. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing about modded things. It makes it feel like it's actually in the game, but pretty little cool texture, I guess. Doesn't actually go for the shortcut, so Luke is going to be holding on to his Mega. And this is race 1. If you've only just joined us, we've just come off of a cast of the first semi-final, which was Vitality by Final Stand. Final Stand taking that win by 22. So they're going to be going on to the finals. And then this is the other semi-final, which is Yowndrift versus Relapse. Yowndrift won, I must say, because they did come into this tournament with 2 teams.
Yeah, their second team, I believe, got 3rd in Group A. So they
Now
were.
I'm going to try and memorize the Mies because, well, have I been? Someone told me Russo wasn't playing, but I'm guessing Russo is playing, so I'm not sure who he's subbed. So we'll have to have a look.
Mike is the host. I know that much.
Maybe Jas isn't playing. We'll have to have a look. Maybe someone can confirm lineups for us. That would be fantastic. I think X is Proto.
Yeah.
Russo, obviously Russo. Luke. We do have his perspective. And our other streamer is Viper, isn't it? Yeah.
Let's
I think
have a...
Viper's. Have a look at Viper. So Viper's going to be streaming up at the moment. He does actually get hit with that random green. So both of our streamers are in 6-7 here. As you can see, Luke just overtake Viper here. And they're going to be trying to get some sort of power item. Did actually see a TT there for one of the RE members.
Ooh,
And a TT for Luke is not going to help. Shock does come in.
There's a
Not
cannon.
sure who shock that was. I think that was a Yowndrift. It might have been a Yowndrift cannon shock.
Yeah.
Or it might have been a relapse shock, which Russo predicted. Not entirely sure on that one.
I mean, Luke reached the cannon with his TC, so that's good for him.
Don't think it was a Yowndrift shock, but I mean, the pack is still relatively even. He is still holding this Mega in 4th Viper, so he's pretty good holding this for a second shock. Well, he actually does use it just to go for grass.
It's important to point out that I believe that is a cannon where if you use your Mega before the start of it, you don't get the off-road benefit the other side. So
Oh yeah, I'm not a fan of those cannons.
That's why.
For some reason, I thought that was lap 2, so that's obviously why he used his Mega there. But I do think that is going to be a win for Relapse. As you can see, the blonde player 8me is going to be in 1st. Going to have to try and get some sort of which player's who, because we're not entirely sure at the moment. I'll have to try and look that up.
We're going to wait for the epic scores.
The epic scores. Yeah, so...
Oh!
it's actually a top 3, okay. So player 8 was actually, yeah, it was Chrome, so that's my mistake. So Yowndrift actually coming up with a really good race. I think that's... I'm not sure who got 1st. I think it's
41
Mike.
to 20. Mike is the one that's not got a name, yeah.
Okay, so it's Mike, Russo, Viper, and Luke. So it looks like Jas isn't playing. But yeah, top 3. So that's Really going to help with their momentum. I mean, like we saw last war, it took 8 races for there to be a 20-point lead, and we've got that within 1 race this war. So, Yowndrift having a good first race. Very surprised by that. I thought that was actually going to be a really good relapse race, so that must have been a Yowndrift shock.
I mean, it's the kind of track that Relapse like to pick as well, so very weird, but
I think Relapse are the best ones when it comes to signature track picks. They do have those tracks. When I was a CT player, where you'd just play them and you just want to. Horror Mansion, as you can see, was actually, I think it was one of Relapse's tracks. Oh, as you can see, yeah, Faraway Land. So Faraway Land is one of those tracks where no one really plays it. It's got very weird bounces when it comes to just the land in general. Obviously, it's very bumpy. So they're the kind of tracks that you're going to see Relapse picking, just the tracks which no one really plays. They just like to practice them. So I don't want to call them a track-dependent clan, but they do have their tracks where they do a lot better, I suppose.
Apparently Mandala is Rookie, X is Proto, Grey is Asmat, and Sweep is the @RE person.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting. Thank you to Pix for sending us that. Not an RE member, but
quite a lot of people actually go up for this box here, which is pretty surprising. I wouldn't expect that many people to go up for it.
It's because there's only about 2 or 3 sets for the rest of the lap.
Uses that mega very fast, probably just a schlag, as you can see. They do actually have first at the moment, Yowndrift, sorry. Does actually get hit at first, so it's going to be a top 2 for Relapse at the moment. Going to be able to avoid the reds. Oh, he does actually hit Relapse's trail because of that, though. Rookie coming up, so it's going to be a top 3 for Yowndrift at the moment.
Okay, so we're going to the kind of, I guess, second half of the lap as we have this section. Looks like Luke will be getting a box. Triple greens, though. Can't use them right next to Russo. But going around the spiral areas. Luke might want to try back spamming if a YN member is not behind him. But yeah. And got another lap to go. 1 more. And Luke going for a box. Actually has a disconnect of his controller. He might want to either
He's
get
done
some
the Xeno. He's broken his gamepad. He's thrown it across the room. And he's had a slight disconnection. Ultimate bagging strat, probably. Just wants to get into 8th place, but
with the lack of boxes,
that's not very good at all. Let's have a look at where Viper is, because
let's have a quick check.
Luke is going to be... Viper's actually over in 4, so he did take over the spot which Luke was in. Russo's still going to be in that 3rd place, but that top 2 break is pretty substantial from the Relapse members, as you can see. Ryu sitting there might be holding shock. No idea. We are coming into the latter stages of this. Might be able to actually somehow get into a second with these triple streams. I don't think so. He's probably going to have to chain it, maybe. Maybe if a blue comes in, that'd be very good for him. But you can see Brian is sitting just in front of his team in those top 2 spots. Going to be using these streams here just to catch up. But I think it's probably going to be a top 2 for Relapse.
Yeah, it's too little too late.
Yeah, it's what they needed, though. You've just come off a top 3 race, and you've managed to get a top 2, so going to be making that lead go. Yeah, it looks like Relapse were actually holding the power as well. The blue, sorry. So threw that blue at the end just to make sure they do get that top 2. Elma has friends in the Relapse.
Elma does have many friends. Asmac, do you not know?
Is he Jap?
I believe he is.
Asmac just sounds like, what's it called? It sounds like one of those, like Acme, you know what I mean? Like one of those Latin Americans.
Yeah. Well, I believe it's a Japanese player who has... He's also playing in regular tracks for them, I'm pretty sure, but he's very strong player.
And that kind of puts out the question that, are Relapse going to have the same amount of coordination that Yowndrift are going to have? I assume that all of Yowndrift are calling, but if Relapse have 2 Japanese players, the Japanese obviously do decide to tend more towards Skypeless wars and just Skypeless play in general, so I'm not sure if they're going to be in that call, and if they do have well enough English to be able to communicate that, they might be using some form of slide pad or other form of communication, but I do think that that communication might hurt them a bit when it comes to calling those shocks out.
And it's, I believe, 64 to 58 going into race 3. So, again, very close war, but will it stay? Oh, there's a few, very few weird comments.
Wheelchairs everywhere. Everyone spam wheelchairs. Yeah, never call. I wouldn't expect them to call, so guess they're not going to be calling, so maybe we can get some confirmation from an RE member, but if not, then we'll have to have a look. The Rabbit Hole. What a track.
Yeah, fantastic track. I think that might have been one of the last tracks that went in before you
yeah, I do
dropped.
remember. I remember having a few goes at the Rabbit Hole, and it wasn't one of my favourite tracks, I must say. But that's going to be Yowndrift's pick nonetheless. And hopefully they are going to be able to extend their lead. They did have a 30-point lead. That's only dropped to a 6-point lead thanks to Ari's very good last race. And as you can see, I mean, each team's had a track pick from what I'm aware of, and that track pick's worked out for them. But you're going to be, if you haven't seen this track before, it's a bit of a long one, as you can see from the minimap. It's pretty nice
laps.
looking as well. It is only a 2-lap track, so we're not going to be sitting here for 5 days, don't worry. That's a little streamlet shortcut you can do off the tree trunk, but Luke does manage to do it.
Looks like he's
going to
be
expected. Going to jump onto the table here.
Yeah, does it shroomless, very good, but he's got this golden. He's going to be using it here.
Probably here, yeah. There's a lot of grass, as you can see. Probably would have held it for a little bit longer because there's a lot more grass, but he does actually manage to do that very well, actually. So
yeah.
Well played from Luke. That was a very impressive shortcut. He's actually going to be able to join Russo in the top 2 spots now, so good job on that execution on that shortcut. I didn't expect him to actually take him the whole way.
No.
He did manage to clutch it at the end.
We're going
to be a top 2.
Oh no!
Oh my god, Luke, come on!
I was going to say, we're going to be seeing the section where you can also use a shroom. It's that grass on the left-hand side. You can see a few people taking it.
Your nunchuck falls out.
Yeah, well, if you shroom on that left-hand side, you can see a few other people are doing it. It cuts a lot of time.
That's the 2 main golden shortcuts on this track, and as you can see, there's a lot of shroom abusing potential on this track, so shocks are going to be very important. We do have Ryu bagging, and Ryu is probably one of the better hackers. Better hackers? Why am I saying I said hackers because there's so many people that think he hacks. I'm so sorry, I can't believe I just said that. I don't think he hacks genuinely, but there are so many people that think Ryu hacks, and it just popped into my mind.
Oh,
my words mixed up.
Lucas just low tricked into the vortex of doom.
Being a better hacker is not a good thing. He's one of the better baggers, I should say. Ryu is.
Please don't hack.
Chrome.
MK Boards doesn't allow hacking.
Yeah. Chrome has been bagging for God knows how many years as well, but he's not been as active as Ryu. Obviously, Ryu has been playing a lot.
Is he also a good hacker?
Technically, yes. You can say that. I don't think a good hacker, but he's been well known for several accusations.
Oh,
but that's not what you want to be known for.
That's...
Luke does try to mirror his lap 1 shortcut, doesn't do it to his preference. Let's hop over to Viper, as Luke is in the. He just gets a controller disconnection.
Poor Luke. Poor Luke has just been caught short with his batteries a few times. Maybe he does need to switch, but regardless, looks like Viper is in 6th place. He's got to get this box. Blue shell looks like first place is Is that? Oh no, that is Russo. Sorry, I was. That is a bagger in front of him. That would be Ryu in front of him anyway. So could be very good if they do have the shock. But there's a shot coming in. Looks like Ryu may have actually used it to dodge Luke. Let's have a very quick look at Luke. Oh no, let's look at Luke then. Because clearly Viper got started. Unfortunately, might have been the end of the road for him. But Luke with his shroom. Oh my, he nearly failed it again, that low trick. That shroom, though, going to be taking him into 4th place. Oh, and another disconnect.
You can't change your controllers during a Nintendo Wi-Fi match.
Luke, we all know that you can't change your controllers. Please don't scare us with it.
He's trying to plug in his Wii. He thinks it's MK8 with the Advantage controllers. Hopefully he can get that sorted out, though, because We've seen 2 or 3 times now where he's got a very solid shortcut and very solid play. He's got into a top spot and then that's just been obliterated. But very even race. They're not going to be able to get the 1-4, so props to Luke still getting 4th after many controller fails. But bit of a strange one. As you can see, there was a bit of a bagging change actually midway that race. So Proto went back that race. Maybe it's a track which Brian feels like he's good at running, so maybe they went for a quick swap.
Let's have a very quick look at the stream chat.
Jose nearly predicting that Luke's going to low trick off, so nearly.
But we apparently have to keep covering up when he has his controller deaths. So we'll be sure to do that.
Seems to be a lot of disabilities in the chat as well.
That appears like we're looking at Viper. So Luke's stream's gone down, I'm afraid. Looks like he's given up.
My controller's gone, my stream's gone.
Yeah,
gone.
Looks like he's given up with his controller, unfortunately, and he will be disconnecting from the war as well, I believe.
Yeah, he's probably just leaving to try and get it sorted. He might have it might have been unintentional. He might have just DC'd due to net, but best bet is probably he's like, I need to go get this sorted before next GP.
Yeah,
they need to try and 4v5 this race.
Yeah, it's just one race, so hopefully for YN's sake, this 4v5 won't kill them. They are up 5 points, so it's not bad, but
maybe a mysterious object knocked over his router. Who knows? But it's going to be a 4v5 regardless for Yowndrift. They do have that 5-point lead, but as you can see, Baby Ouija, Ryu's signature pick, which he plays in every single war, no matter what, even if it's a running war. Going a bit wide there just to try and get that low spot box. He is able to get the triple shrooms in 5th. This track is not too good for dodging, I feel. It's quite a lot of just long, boring, straight lines, as you can kind of tell from the minimap.
You will, however, see the 2 baggers are just going to be sitting on the start line, basically, for the majority of this.
It's pretty much kind of like Toad's Factory and CM. You just go back a little bit and you just end up alternating between the boxes. Depends if one of them wants to risk it in 9th or not.
Someone's risked it for a biscuit, and they're both going forwards now.
Yeah, one of them might have pulled it, I think.
Oh! Did Ryu just It looks like Ryu just got mind gamed there for a little bit.
Yeah, I think Ryu might be holding it, though, because you can see Brian actually does seem to be chasing him on the minimap. Or it could be opposite ways, but Ryu is actually going to go ahead and leave Brian, so baggers are split out, which does indicate someone's shot.
There are parts on that track where you can't go further back, so maybe Brian was trying to force Ryu to go forwards for just long enough where he couldn't go further back, and it might have given Brian a
I think Brian might have
free
shock.
box. Yeah.
Oh no, he did get hit. That might have been a star hit from Ryu, so shock might be out of play. They are both still going forward, so it might be in a ground item, we're not sure. But going on to the runners anyways, you can see Yowndrift do have this 2-4 at the moment, with Mike being in 2nd place. Not too sure who that in 1st, I'm not sure who the other Black Me is.
Oh god. Let's for the sake of it say it's Mandala.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think
it
might be Rookie. Yeah, that's going to be Rookie in 1st. So 1-3-5 is a race which Relapse would be happy with having. Depends what's going to happen on the last lap. Obviously, this is only a 2-lap track, since to it being a pretty long one, roughly about just over a minute for a lap.
And Ryu sat there. Looks like he's having to go back.
Oh, he does manage to swerve and hit Russo. So well played from Sweep there. And this is actually a 2. Is this a top 4? It's not a top 4. It's a 1-3-4-5. Sorry, for Relapse.
I think Chrome might have the shock, though. We are seeing Ryu have to try chasing Chrome now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good race. Oh no! As soon as I say that, TC does come into play. It is going to be a top 3 at the moment. Obviously, Sweep is going to be losing a few spots with that TC, but top 2.
Yeah, top 2 for YN at the minute. Apparently, that's Mike.
For some reason, I thought I was watching a Relapse stream at that whole time, but Blue Shell does come in, as you can see from the indicator. Just hits him a little bit before the line. Obviously, we do have this last section, but shortcut did get taken by one of the Relapse members. You can see them in 2nd. Not sure on who 1st is, though. Can't see due to Viper's headlights. Oh, it's Russo.
It is Russo.
That's going to be a 1-3 if they can hold on to this for the later sections. He does go for the snipe. He's not good. Oh, cannon dodge for 2nd place. So Brian did have that shock, like you said. And they're going to try and get Gray into that 2nd place.
Looks like Gray might Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Gray, I
Asmax,
believe, does
yeah, I think that's
pass.
Asmax to get first. It's still going to be a 2-3, 4, I think. Yeah, 2-3-4-4. So they actually managed to win the race with only 4 players, so well played to them.
Yeah, it's definitely done very well as a
Relapse.
4v5.
Yeah, well played for them to win the race, especially with a RE shock, so I'm guessing they just outran them, really. Obviously, that TC did hurt Sweep a lot. He pretty much lost his front run because of that. But that's why you don't chain boxes in a top spot.
And I believe, let's have a very quick count. 23. They actually. Ooh, Thomas has to count. 25 to, I believe, 25. 25 to 25. With the plus points, Thomas does maths. Not very well. So that's 114. And then that plus 25 is going to be 1. Okay, so including the plus 3 that they will be getting, I believe the scores are looking roughly like 122 to 114. We'll, oh, they're starting almost immediately, so, oh, who's joined? Who's that? That's not Luke.
Oh, they might subbed in Jazz.
Let's have a very quick look at the room on the list. War are playing a match, are they? Or War's in a worldwide.
Oh god.
Looks like a
Hefo.
very, very good worldwide for anyone that wants to try spam joining it, but yeah, that's definitely not Luke. That looks like Jass's FC. Let's have a quick look at the stream chat. Upvote this comment if this is a dank meme. That's unfortunately a normie meme. You're gonna get downvoted there, but apparently number 1 CT's took a wheelchair. He's took his retirement from this semi-final. Maybe he's gonna recharge his battery, or
Yeah, it was Jazz, so Jazz is subbing Luke. So we're gonna have to stick with the one perspective for the rest.
maybe Russo's streaming. But regardless, yeah, we'll probably stick to Viper.
Yeah, it's fine for now.
58 viewers at the minute. Luke is sitting back in his wheelchair spectating, apparently. Ribbon Road, Viper's pick.
He's thrown his nunchuck across the room. Had enough. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for Luke though, because Luke was playing really well. So I'm guessing he would like to play the finals and the semi-finals if they do make it. But not the best thing in the world when you have controller fails. But Jazz, obviously, another top player. Him and Fox were the 2 top runners from Wollywogs, so should be able to see him do some work in this 4 as a sub. But yeah, as you can see from the scores, plus 8 GP for Yowndrift, with 1 race being a 4v5, so they have done what to keep onto this lead. That was a invisible wall, so that's hitting back a bit. Russo in his signature Daisy pick, and he's going to try and schlag for a 7th place box. Does get the triple shrooms. But
You are behind.
why am I looking at? That's why I'm behind.
I'm afraid you're behind. We are going to be seeing
He
Hedge
does have
get
triple shrooms,
back spammed. Red coming in, hits a present instead. Oh no, there's a green.
Yeah.
And he gets
You know the
7th
thing
place
what
box.
happens where you look at the original stream and
Yeah,
the screen
yeah.
share? I was looking at chat and then I just had a mind blown moment. Apologies for that, but triple streams in 5th. Gonna be able to avoid the red on the wall pretty easily. And gonna try and use these streams somewhere soon, maybe to cut off a little bit of a turn to get closer to the top 4.
Oh, someone
Does pass
felt
from the Yowndrift.
yeah.
That was Jas getting hit from Sweep, my best bet. Top 2 break is gone, that is Russo, and I think that's Mike as well.
Sweep there with a nice bit of schlag. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but
I think that's a top 2 break, so I don't think Sweep would have schlag there. Might just be a little bit of a misplay. Oh, Bill does come in, and that's going to be a shock dodge for Proto. He does actually get the TC, so Force uses Bill. Is he going to be able to catch up to that top 2 though? As you can see, he does come right behind Mike now, but Russo and Mike's still going to hold on to top 2 for now. Oh, does actually hit Mike, so yep. First place for Russo, second place for Pro, and that's a good break. The rest of the team are back here in 6, 7, 8 though, so that's not exactly what they want. Hedgehog back here in 7th, that's Viper. But we're going to have to see what the rest of Relapse can do.
I mean, there is still time for a second shock. Hedge pulling that red, not going to help him.
Single red in 7th is not going to do anything for him. Should probably just back it at 8th. Actually does throw it forward. Sweep is trailing something, so it's not going to matter too much. I'll come into the last 2 turns here. Might be able to get ahead of Sweep here. Going to bump each other a few times, but Sweep does get the boost pad, so he should be able to hold on to his
Sweep
5th.
and a Mega as well, so...
Oh, he does actually manage to stream past both, so that's a... Oh, I think it's a 1-3-4. I don't think Proto managed to get ahead, but I think it's going to be a 1-3-4 with Mike ending up in first.
We'll have to find out as we wait for the baggers. That's like the very main staple thing in every race right now is waiting for baggers. The very interesting. It is the favourite pastime, but 2, 3, 4 actually.
So yeah, Proto managed to pull out that first place. So that's. I mean, getting that 5-6 as well is not actually that bad of a race. I think it is still going to be a race win just.
33 to 28, so yeah.
Yeah, so +5. But definitely could have been a lot worse. Well played again for Chrome for getting that shock, because if they did not get that shock, definitely would have been a top 2.
Apparently Sweep's got a disabled emoji now. Apparently everyone's got Sweep... Oh, everyone's got the disabled emoji wheelchair thing, but...
You just copy-paste it, it's not a...
Well, I'm gonna... Why not post it? Everyone is showing their support for the wheelchair. I'm gonna be seeing Base Basher versus Blue Loop. Very, very stark contrast between the 2 tracks, actually. Base Basher, one of the Relapse picks, of course, as we can see here. One where you can... do a shortcut that quite a few of these people will want to take. We'll probably see it quite soon. But if you do pull some good items and you can get them up there, then you can run quite easily. Blue Loop, on the other hand, a little bit of luck. Of course, still a bit of a running aspect, but regardless.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the TS spot, obviously, the obvious TS spot on the shortcut, which you can do shroomers at the start. You'll probably be seeing the majority of the room do that shortcut. But yeah, shock is kind of useful. This is more of a front run track though. Will Silver Viper is going to be coming up to that shortcut. Probably just use his shrooms to chain, because triple shrooms in 7th isn't the best.
No, it's
worth actually hold on to him.
It's worth it if anyone fails.
Yeah, goes for the shroom cut, so can do it shroomless. He decided to do it with the shroom, so being a lot safer, which is fair enough. 5th place triple reds though for RE. Yeah, I think there's actually quite a lot of top spots. I think they are top 2 at the moment.
Is he
gonna... might be Proto up there.
Oh, I was going to say, he might have hit that...
Yeah, the little invisible chunk.
Yeah, he's not hit it though. He did swerve well enough. That Mega though is going to spook him enough to use a shroom.
Okay, so Chrome's just been hit, so there's no shock in play for Relapse at the moment, unless he's just managed to pull it there. We'll have to have a look though to see what happens. Probably going to go for the safe shroom cut again. Does go for the shroomless, just about makes it. So he's holding these 2 shrooms on for quite a bit. I think he's had these since lap 1, so very surprised to see him hold on to this. Or was it a different set?
I think it was right near the start. Yeah, he likes to chain these kind of things, but that one didn't get any.
We can see 2 Relapse members back here. Mike is in 8th, so it is a bottom 2 at the moment. So I think Relapse going up this way would be the race. Oh, that's going to be a substantial bottom 2 for Mike and Hedgehog, aka Viper now. But as you can see from the mini-map, I have a bit of a deduction up there. We've got Proto in 1st place. Going to go for that shortcut. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a Yowndrift shock. Proto does get TS'd on that shortcut, and that actually is a pretty good TS, but you lose quite a lot of time. But the advantage is you go back big, so you can see he's going to be back in 1st. Growing big, it's a decent TS spot, but it's not one of the best ones.
Looks like Jas failed as well. We can see him now in 6th, so...
There's a lot of bottom spots for... I think that's going to be Relapse in 8th all the way back there, but this is looking like a good race for Relapse, nonetheless. It's going to be a pretty close one.
I mean,
Proto got
Yowndrift,
first, that's all I
Yowndrift
saw.
have 2, 5, 6. It's just, if they got any of the other spots there, that would have been a good race.
It depends who
basically.
that is in last. I'm not entirely sure who that me is at the bottom left of the map.
Bottom left? Oh, God.
Right in
Sure.
last.
Asmact?
Well, we'll have to have a look. Might be.
Yeah, it was Asmact, and Relapse getting 1-3, which is great, but unfortunately
7-8.
then
It's
only
going to be a
just...
losing race.
No, they won by 1.
Oh, did they? Oh, that
Yeah.
wasn't really. It was still a very close war. Still 12 points. But still a little comfortable lead for Yowndrift. We are still going into the last GP and one more race.
We are going into race 7 now.
Or race 7 now. So halfway point, we've got a plus 12 lead, so it's not saying too much. It is good that Yowndrift do have this lead, but it's nothing that you can really be absolutely sure on.
Oh,
Speedometer minus 300.
No,
You're
it's
allowed
not.
Speedometer.
Not allowed.
Yeah.
No, speedometer
You're allowed anything
allowed.
on CTs. You're allowed Speedo and custom music and Draggable Blues and everything. No cheats though.
No cheats. As
Yeah,
Ryu would have been very disappointed as the best cheater, apparent in your words.
that never happened.
He was a great cheater.
No one clipped it. Delete the VOD.
Delete the VOD. Sunset Wilds. Okay, Russo getting that pick there. Sunset Wilds is a track that's quite interesting. There's a target shock spot that is the shortcut. A lot of people will be taking that shortcut though. It's the last turn. There's a little bit of a ramp where you can hop over a wall and skip about 3 seconds or 4 seconds or something. But
Yeah, this is like the epitome of luck tracks. Just dirt everywhere. All this lovely dirt that you can just cut off with a golden. But it's a very fast-paced track. As you can see, there's stuff always going to be going on everywhere. They do try and pass that TC over to Viper, but he's just going to decide it's not worth it. I'm going to stop, lose a few seconds, and not get TC'd. Do looking at the front of the pad, you can see Russo is in first place with, I think that's Proto just on his tail in second. Rest of Yowndrift being up here as well, so I think it's like a 1, 3, 4, 5, 6.
no, that's not Russo in first.
Oh no, that's Asmac in first, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Russo hitting Hedge
Yeah,
there.
Russo and Asmac to me are very, very similar. They've both got the glasses look. So yeah, Sweep's still an 8 from that TC earlier on in the race. He might actually just spam all these reds back and maybe try and hit Sweep on a blind turn here, which he actually does go ahead and do. Wasn't successful, but Sweep should be able to catch up with a lap left. Oh, everyone's going to go for the shortcut, pretty simple.
Yeah, and 7th place, 2 Shrooms, probably, yeah, going to be using one there, probably using the next on this turn, or to at least chain.
Yeah, he's probably just going to chain it whenever the box comes up here.
There we go. I mean,
Triple Res, he's not getting the best times, really. He's probably just going to back all these again since his team's all ahead of him. Yeah, Sweep's in a star, so it's not really going to matter. Gets a 6th place box bomb. These items are really not what Viper is looking for at the moment. As you can see, Sweep HA is managed to go up there. It's going to be a last place for Rookie. Shock does come in. I'm not sure what the aim of that was. It might have been a TS from Brian.
Oh, that might be a good decision made there by Hedgehog as we
Spams
see
the
him.
blue. It's not going to hit anyone though.
Hedgehog not taking that shortcut, and I think it did save him a spot or two.
It should be a Yowndrift winning race. Not entirely sure up there, but we do get the 7-8 from Rookie and Sweep.
We're going to have the interesting weight of bagging.
So the finals are in an hour. Well, the finals are meant to be in 5 minutes, aren't they?
Well, they were delayed until 2:30 Eastern, which is 35 minutes.
35 minutes.
So YN doing very well there with a 33. Well, not as well as it may look, actually.
Yeah.
That's only...
Been a good race for them.
It's 33 to 28, so they do win it by...
Is that only a plus? They got
Yeah.
1, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Oh no, they got 2, 3, 5, 6. Oh yeah, they got 4. Yeah,
33 to 28.
only a plus 5.
So it's-
Proto doing some work, 40 and 3 this GP. And Proto probably being the most experienced CT player, I'd say, from this RE lineup. He was in back in the day when the lineups consisted of Xander, Arceus, Proto, Chrome, and then usually a 4th player. Sometimes they'd play with Luke. But he is playing very well.
Okay, so we're seeing Faraway Land getting picked there by RE. What
Yeah,
a
that's
track.
the RE classic.
That is a classic. Russo not too sure on the team pick there with Galaxy Base. Blue Loop from the rest of Yowndrift. We are going into race 8. I do apologise. That's not the right number. And Faraway Land. So Relapse are getting theirs.
Yeah, it's expected from RE to go for that far away. Blue Loop's a bit of a weird track choice. I'm not entirely sure what they were looking for from that. Maybe just a shock. But Faraway Land, this is probably going to be a good race for RE. We can't say anything, but RE definitely are good at running on this track. We'll have to have a look though. As you can see, it's very bumpy, especially on this next section coming up after these boxes. As you can see, very uneven track. And there's just any point you can just get shoved off with someone's weight.
Viper does have this shroom. He's might use it in the final turn to make the shortcut.
Yeah, I
without
don't think so,
as
because you can
much
do it
stress.
shroomless.
Yeah.
Should be able to do it shroomless. These players should be good enough to be able to just trick off. And as you're going to see, everyone's going to trick off to the side here. So basically what you can do is you can trick into the water and skip off that whole turn.
There we go. Not going to
Excuse me
be
1 minute.
not going to be wanting to use the shroom here because you can have some weird physics off the track, but might use it for this section. This section, one of the... Yeah, there we go. That's a nice shortcut made from Viper. How's that red? Going to be throwing it forwards to Mandela, who I believe is a rookie. Looks like it does connect, so... Again, good items there. The YN member behind him doesn't get his greens to connect with Viper. Dodge there coming in. Viper benefiting from that. Nice nice box for him, getting another shroom. He's going to be wanting to hold that for the next shortcut, as we did see the lap before. It's a very good shortcut to make. Oh no, he's going to be using it on the straights. Try getting away from that red. Does pull bananas. That's probably the saving grace of his race there. Could have fallen quite badly if he did get redded at a bad spot off the track, for example. Has this green. Might want to just throw it forwards. Looks like that's what he's going to be trying. He does connect! And
Yeah, that
that's
was a good snipe.
a very good snipe. Third place still. Looks like the top spot's not the greatest for YN, I don't believe, though. So they have to hold on to this 3-4. Russo and Viper. There's him using a shroom to make sure he does not fail that final thing with a weird turn. Oh no, 2-3-4.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4. So sweep was manageable to front run that track, but still well played from Yowndrift to win a track which they weren't wasn't not expect. They knew that Faraway Land was one of our picks, but obviously this is a track more preferred for Relapse, but they've done well to extend the lead.
I mean, this isn't exactly the standard Relapse lineup that you'd see.
Yeah.
You would, of course, see like Lackey, you'd see Solar, you'd definitely not see Azmact, Rookie. But,
Yeah, I think Xander's gone to MK8.
Yeah, MK8D, he's took a bit of a liking to. But 35 to 26 in favour of Relapse. Oh no, Yowndrift. Can't name teams now. 35 to 26 though, as we will be seeing the lead get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Going into race 9. Oh, that's a very interesting graphical bug.
Yeah, so this is kind of the score we were looking at in the previous war. If you missed it, VA was roughly around 30 or 40 down in points, but they did manage to pull it back. So definitely something we can see happen from Relapse as well.
We could see it happen. I wouldn't put it past them. They're a skilled team. The players are very good, even if it's not the standard lineup that you would see from them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, a lot of them probably wanted to join with the what do you call it, Relapse 2, but unfortunately they didn't enter when they discovered they were in Division 1, I believe. It was either that or they had some drama. Regardless, they had to drop after the seedings came out. So
Yeah.
we are seeing some of their skill here. So we've got to take a bit of a break for this final GP to start. I'll take a look in the chat and see if there's anything about it. Apparently they can start now, so we'll be seeing it very soon. Anytime. We'll see a bit of a delay, I guess, from the stream, but
Yeah.
they've been told they can start. Okay, so we are going to be starting here into the final GP of the semi-finals. Yowndrift versus Relapse. If you've tuned in just now, 4 races left. Yowndrift up with a 26-point lead, but that can be beaten in 1 or 2 races. So we'll see, can they hold on? Can they make it to the final? The final, if you didn't miss the first semi, will be final stand versus the winners of this match.
Ari should be able to still make it close. We'll have to see. It depends on track picks, really. We have seen quite a few track picks for both teams with their signature tracks, but we'll see what they've got left.
Again, that's very weird to see these signature tracks coming out from RE when it's not their normal lineup. Like, quite a few of them probably haven't actually got them as their signature picks. But
yeah, I'm very surprised Sweep's in Ari. It was kind of out of nowhere for me.
He's a
Black
very
Castle,
good player. But yeah, Black Rose Castle, Daisy Gardens.
Daisy Gardens
as well.
is definitely a Relapse track. I think Daisy Gardens and Faraway Land are 2 of their main ones. Black Rose Castle, kind of an easy track to play, but the Yowndrift were opting for. But we're going to go over to Daisy Gardens, which is, it looks like it should be a luck track, but it's not that bad. There are quite a few places where you can just spam a golden or dodge, but primarily you can get a really good front run breakaway on this track as well.
Oh,
as we'll see.
Didn't connect that green. He's got to watch out. There are YN members behind him. And there we go. He does have these shrooms. Going to be using 1 here. And if he can hold on to these, use them where he needs to, then he can have quite an easy run, as well as Jas if he has good items. But YN taking a bit of an early lead, but not a big break.
Yeah, double shrooms in second though, really good for Viper. He'll probably be just holding these up in case there is any need to use them. Red Shield does come in, so he actually broke a little bit. I'm not sure if that was on purpose to try and avoid sweeps red, but avoids it nonetheless. That is going to take sweep up to first anyway, but these two shrooms in third are definitely going to help. There is a little bit of a shortcut you can do up here. Not sure if he's going to opt to use his shrooms there, or just hold it in case they can manage to get sweep out of first with a blue shell.
From the looks of it, it would probably be a better call to maybe use one here and use the next on the next set, but looks like it's not what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, I thought he would have used it across the floor there, but looks like he's just going to hold on to them.
I mean, he's probably going to be using the next one around the same spot he used his first one, around the bench area, but...
yeah, that's most likely going to be, because that saves a good few seconds. That should be able to take him into first, and he might hold the last one in case. Yeah, Russo takes it with him, so that's going to be a top two. Not sure if he's going to use the last one or not, though.
Oh my, it looks like Azmac may have just connected with Mike, meaning he's in second place, Viper third place. This shroom,
Yeah, Russo's going to be on first, though.
This shroom, if he can use it properly, might be enough to get him first, but...
no, he might be able to get into second, but I think Russo should be able to hold this. I haven't seen a blue, so we might see that being held from one of the members of back. He does hit that Nana, so he's forced to use his shroom preemptively. But we'll have to have a look. Does manage to hit all the boost pads. Doesn't actually go for an item, so he's probably just going to try and hold off for this third, which he should be able to do if you look at the minimap. It's pretty close, but we'll see. Well, sweep does shroom up. We haven't actually seen a shock so far, so we're probably looking at a very, very late shock. Mega does come in, and if Yowndrift has shock here, that's going to be great.
Oh, no.
Oh, but he is actually back bombed. The reactions is not there.
If he could have reacted in time and they had shock, that would have been great.
Yeah, that would have been a first place guaranteed, but now he's probably getting 7. Shock does come in, so yeah, Yowndrift did have the shock there, so if he managed to use his Mega just a tiny, tiny bit earlier, and he'd be able to react to that bomb, that would have probably been the race where it sealed the deal for Yowndrift, but unfortunately he's going to actually get that last place due to getting bombed, so well played from Sweep to manage to swerve bomb him there, otherwise that would have been a lot worse than it already was.
And we've got to wait for the epic bagging battle. Well, we're going to see who gets that important 1 point. I know some might not value it, but it's very important.
Very important.
Yeah,
if you come 9th 12 times, that's 12 points that you're getting that they're not getting, so that's 24 point difference.
So Yowndrift there getting a...
yeah, that's the top 3, then that could have been a top 4 to seal it, but that is still pretty much going to put the nail in the coffin. We have got 3 races left, but they are roughly down 50 or 60 points at this point, so they are probably going to need some good track picks, and Brian getting shock as well.
Yeah, that's 39 to 22, which does, I believe, put Relapse 43 behind. So, not ideal for them. They can still recover, they just need 3 really good races.
Yeah, they're looking at trying to do what just happened to them, so they're looking for those top 2 4 5s or those top 3s.
Blue loop coming out from most of Yowndrift there. Will we see Russo pick the same track?
No.
He hasn't been for a few of the other track picks. Blue loop, we have got it.
Summer Starville random pick from Azmac there. But no, we're going to bog standard, drive in a circle, blue loop. And I'm a bit surprised that they've gone and picked this. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is, but the majority of the loop tracks are pretty simplistic. Obviously we do have yellow loop, well red loop is now the most advanced with the new texturing, but as you can see from the minimap, there's nothing too special happening on this track. 5 laps because it's very easy to play and very fast laps.
Viper though with these shrooms could maybe get past Rookie when he does get rid of these reds, but he's probably better off to hold that red. Oh no, backspams does actually connect with, I think, Jas there. But Viper able to get past immediately after that. That green close to connecting, but not yet. Not yet connected. And he does hit a wall, actually. Forced to go really wide after, I believe, a banana and a fib there. Both in his way. But this PAL could be okay if he's allowed to use it at the right time. We've got Russo, who needs to be on a straight in first place, or else Relapse will be able to capitalise a lot, but looks like it might be better off to just hold it. We're going to be seeing a blue come in. I'm not sure that's going to do enough to Russo to cost him fur. Oh, it will do, actually. Sorry, I forgot. The minimap is rather large given the track size, but let's see what he can do going into the final lap. Oh, he does hit a banana in the final turn of lap 4. Going into this 5th lap, though, 2 shrooms, using both to get a chain here. That is going to be another set of triple shrooms. Has to wait for these reds to go away. Does get past his own team. Not sure this is the best of races for YM, but they've held off well enough. There's going to be a 38 to 23 race as well, so Relapse doing okay there, actually. 38 to 23. I just need to be able to do my maths. That's not 38. That's 38. And add 23 onto that, so 315. 315 to 287, I believe. They have shortened the gap quite significantly, but they need a few more of those races. Those numbers are probably wrong. Let's be honest. We all know my maths, but Brian driving forwards, a good choice to be honest. Black Rose Castle though, Yowndrift track. Will this be the nail in the coffin for Relapse? Relapse needing to do really well here. And, of course, the next track after this. So, we'll have to find out. Looks as if Viper is going to be able to pass a few people. Does get that red off on Rookie. Asmac, the only competition to stop him from getting in a first, but on this track there is a shortcut, so being in first here means that within the next few seconds we'll see a few people take the cut and he won't be first. Nice snipe on Asmac though. That's the shortcut. We're going to be seeing 1 or 2 people take it. Proto being the second one to take it. Mike right behind Viper after that. It's a Relapse member, I believe. Sweep also falling after taking it. So Proto first, Viper second, Sweep third place, I believe.
Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Phone calls.
Phone calls.
Mm.
Black Rose
Castle, so I see this got picked.
Yeah, this is a Yowndrift track pick, so
yeah, that doesn't surprise me too much.
Very weirdly though, Proto first place. Of course there is that shortcut, so
yeah, did he take that lap 1?
He did, and with the close pack, that first place could go within that shortcut, so very weird that Viper isn't holding out his red, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, I've noticed that he very likes to protect the items he's got. He's probably very scared of getting TCs, or he's just smart with his items, but he has been holding this red shell for a very long time. He'll probably pull it out here since he's in 5th now, there's no need, but in 2nd it's probably the best item you can get, apart from a shroom. Goes get the triple shrooms though.
Oh my!
Yeah, it's probably going to be all. That was a very good red dodge. Good reactions. It's all going to be to this shock really, because that shortcut you were talking about earlier. Obviously, you can go through there in a star. You can chain them, get some shrooms and go through there, but that saves roughly 5 seconds or so. So we'll see what happens kind of at the end of the race, but as you can see, that top two, sorry, 4 relapse. That's Sweet, Rookie, and Proto in first place.
We do see Ryu the only bagger. Chrome did have to opt. Oh no, not the only bagger. Sorry, Chrome did opt to go back. Last race he opted to run, so
Okay.
clearly they thought they could do well. It looks like so. Oh no!
Oh, and that's another Yowndrift shock. And that's the thing, Yowndrift are going to be coming up, and I think this is going to do it. Yeah, that's going to be 3 dodges for Yowndrift, actually, so the Bill and the 2 stars coming up. And now we're going to see those top 3 players, and now pretty much all in the bottom spots. And that's the thing about this track, you can't run Black Rose Castle unless you have shock. And we are going to be seeing a very bad race for Relapse, and that's going to be probably what seals it.
Yeah,
Is
they
Ace
were.
thick? No, I'm not thick. I'm pretty small, actually.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, that's an interesting comment, but let's see.
5 foot something.
Will Yowndrift make it to the final, or does Relapse have any chance? I mean, if they have a chance at this point, it's all 5 run. No, they don't. That is no chance. As 41 to 20 does seal the deal.
Yeah, that's a top 3-6, and that's...
They're down 49. They can't.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
It's actually they can all 5 run and pray, and get
All 5
50.
runs are plus 41, isn't it?
Yes, it is. They can't do it.
Yeah. They're gonna need some sort of troll and a plus in the top 5. So as long as
Relapse are
play it
going
safe.
to need a troll and a good race. So, will they pull the troll, I think, is the big question.
yeah, I think it's gonna be sorted for Yowndrift. I think they're gonna be taking the finals. So Yowndrift on final stand. I did expect Relapse to make the finals, but Yowndrift are a very solid team, so I don't really blame them for making it as well. They've played really well this war. We've seen Ryu get quite a lot of shots. I think that was actually expected. Ryu's just been playing more actively than Chrome.
Yeah, he's an amazing bagger on CTs. He's only really done it for
I didn't
a
even
very
really
short
realise.
time.
Yeah, I
No,
didn't really did.
he's kind of new to the bagging scene for CTs, but he's one of the best that you can get. So he's done very well here.
Mhm.
But Colour Wonderland, the track to send them all off.
Yeah, Colour Wonderland probably a Yowndrift pick. I didn't quite see, but having these top spots is a very front-running based track. Probably one of the more technical tracks, as you can see. There's quite a lot of airtime, quite a lot of little shortcuts you've got to be able to perform, and one little controller fail can just completely send you off. So you got to make sure you do play well, especially with a little shortcut up here. So many people failed this shortcut. We're probably going to be seeing everyone taking it quite well here.
Viper, yes, that's a make.
Yep, he's done that really well. And that's still going to be a solid top 3, and like we said, this is a running track, and that top 3 break is already expanded. We have someone's in 4th, I'm not too sure who it is, but they're right next to him. Oh, that is a top 4 breaker then, so yeah, if they can hold on to this and get shock, then they're just going to increase this lead to maybe 70 or 80 points.
I mean, it was held very close until the final few races regardless, so...
Exactly.
I mean, given that Yowndrift lost Luke, though, this really does show a bit of depth when they were able to sub Jasin and still do really well. They even won that 4v5 race when including the bonus 3 points, so...
Yeah. But as you can see, they're all playing this perfectly. They're keeping their top 3. Viper's back spamming when he needs to. I'm not entirely sure what happened to Jasin. I don't think he's in 4th anymore, but it's going to take quite a few items to get rid of. Oh, and he gets the blue in 3rd, so that's going to pretty much deal it. If Chrome doesn't have shock now, then this should be a guaranteed top 2 and maybe even a top 3. Obviously, he can drag out this blue shell if he needs to. There's a last second desperation for a red shell coming in, but you can see from the pack, I don't think a red shell will be able to follow him this whole length.
No, he's got enough of a lead, and I believe we'll see him make the shortcut quite well here again. Yeah, he's
Yeah, that's
very
fine.
consistent.
Yeah, and they're going to be taking that top three. So obviously a track they were picking quite a few times throughout the war, but they did manage to get it right at the end there. And it's worked out for them. They got a top three. I'm not entirely sure if that's Jass's, me, and fourth. I think it actually is. So they might have pulled out a top four at the last second. But well played from Yowndrift. They're going to take a pretty convincing win. It was very close. As we said, if you looked at this war halfway through, they were down 12. Relapse were when it came to the 7th race. And that was probably a 70-point win.
Waiting for the ultimate bagging, yeah, that's
and that was the top
best
four.
race you can get with a bagger.
Yeah, the top 4-9, so that is a plus 29, and that's going to push their lead just over 80 points, I think. 52-point GP from Russo, 43-point GP from Jas, I believe. And that was, yeah, that's a very good GP from them.
So that's 46 to 15. So yeah, definitely not the greatest of endings for for Relapse, but
pushed it to nearly 100.
Yeah.
Very convincing win from Yowndrift. They have pulled that one out really well. Those last 3 races just kind of tipped the momentum, and they've just done, yeah. And I wasn't here for the race which Brian drove forward. Maybe that was a little bit of a mistake on their part, but honestly, well played from both teams. Relapse did keep it really close, but Yowndrift just able to get more shocks really at the end of that. We didn't see a shock on that race. My best bet is probably Ryu was holding it, so respect to Ryu, very good bagger, but everyone played really well in this race. Managed to get to the semi-finals, which is good enough on their own, but they are going to be passed on to the finals. We do have the 3rd place match coming up between Relapse and Vitality if they decide to go with that. And then coming up, obviously, we've got the Kart, which we're going to go on to, which will be the grand finals between Final Stand, who won last semi-finals, versus Yowndrift, and this should be a very close one, I feel. Both teams have their main frontrunners, and both teams have a very good bagger. MZ obviously did get quite a few shocks.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly try setting this stream up, as I believe Final Stand will be the host team out of these two. In terms of seedings, at least, they probably should be. So, oh god. We'll try fixing that. Interesting lack of centering for the tag. That's closer. We'll go with that for the moment. It's going to trigger a lot of people, and I know it. Maybe that's closer. So we'll go with it. 0 to 0. I hope we've got the same perspective of Viper, and we've not ended up getting a no perspective war, but I guess I'll have to find out. Carito is not playing the match apparently for Final Stand, which is very weird. And as I can now announce, Relapse, I believe, have just dropped their 3rd place match. So the winner of the 3rd place is Vitality. So congratulations to them after their very close match, actually. They very nearly made it instead of Final Stand, but Final Stand fought them off in the end. But I'm going to very quickly get this set up for the final, and then we will probably have a bit of a mute our mic moment with a bit of fancy dancy music while we wait for everything to start. But Final Stand vs Yowndrift update. There we go.